789, and we are live. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Game Master Roundtable. And, the song that plays before we go on and during the breaks and afterwards is a really good song, but I imagine 20 minutes of it was probably quite excruciating, so my apologies. Unfortunately, we are not going to have AJ with us tonight. He will be replaced by Shaggy, Velma, Scooby, Daphne, and Fred. But there's still the rest of us. So we are going to be doing a little bit of Shadowdark for you today. And we're going to be using character classes from the, the players... I always forget.
Players expansion for Shadowdark RPG, which it was created by myself, AJ Pickett, who's not here, unfortunately, Mitchell Reed, layout by Wally DM, and the cover art by my David Bailey, my brother. And it's normal for Wally to not remember the name of this book because even though he was involved in it and laying it out and putting the title on and everything, because he's made so many books,
Yes.
And
very good. Thank you. So I am Wally DM. This is my YouTube channel. I focus on puzzles and traps, and I do have a few published books. If you like them, if you'd like to check those out, they are on ttrpg. And today I am going to be playing a fiendish warlock by the name of Greg. And that is Greg with 3 G's, 1 in the beginning, 2 at the end. And I will pass it on to Bill from Dungeons and Drams.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill from Dungeons and Drams. I run a channel all about how to utilize AI and AI-based tools to help you with the parts of DMing that you don't want to do. I am tonight going to be playing a character I'm very excited about. My name is Seep. I am an ooze barbarian. My great axe is inside my body at most times and comes out of my hand. So that will be very fun. Yeah, I'm really excited to play with you guys. I've never played Shadowdark before, so if I look like a fool or a novice, then that would be why. Josh, how about you?
Yep, I am Josh from my channel's the Dungeon Master Josh. I make videos mostly focusing on running online D&D games, and then I run a open kind of West Marches-ish style campaign on my Discord. I am playing Caden, the Turtloid Paladin, who has a great sword. And we'll see how things go. I think Phil.
Yeah, I'll go. My name is Phil Kearney. Hey, I create role-playing games. I illustrate them, and then I publish them. I stream daily. I'll be online after the game later on. Checking the link down below. Click on through and hang out. We'll be converting D&D into the color magic system for Magic the Gathering tonight. And today in Shadowdark, I will be taking my third round with Phil Ossifer, the Construct Shaman, machine by day, animal whenever I please, blessing all those around me. And we'll kick it off with Fred as our DM. What up, dude?
Well, probably lots of disappointment. So I'm running Shadowdark, but I'm going to say right now, okay, I run Shadowdark the way I run Shadowdark, which is a lot like 5e, which means anything that I think is superfluous, I am going to wrap in a package and just kick into the sea, okay? So it is Shadowdark, but it's not the way people play Shadowdark. I've watched people playing Shadowdark and it's slow as shit, so I don't do that. So I'm a little, I eliminate a few things that I don't think are needed to play the game. Shadowdark is basically Dungeons and Dragons. People have said that it's basically a stripped down version, maybe kind of like Basic or 5e. And this is one of my favorite games to play because it essentially stopped me writing my own RPG because I thought, well, I didn't need to because Kelsey has done it. So I've been just making stuff for that game system. I run the How to RPG channel, talk about rocket-propelled launches and tabletop role-playing games, things like that. Today, since Shadowdark is supposed to be apparently a dungeon crawl or could be used as a hex crawl adventure, I made an adventure that's nothing like that at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how people feel about this game after they see this adventure being run. I have already run this for my home group. This is the second time round. My home group were not as vicious or critical of me. No, they were very critical of this adventure. So there's been a lot of changes. Okay, so they're power gamers. They have issues, and so did I. So we had to make some changes. So I think what we'll do is I want to get you to all roll initiative. You've already rolled initiative. You're going to tell me what it is. I want to do that straight away. So roll initiative. Tell me what those numbers are, and I will write them down, shove them into order, and then we're going to get moving.
6 for Greg.
Philosopher lands with a 13.
13 for Philosopher, 6 for Greg,
Caden got a 13.
13. That's good.
Seep got a 15.
15 for Seep.
Fancy with the big numbers over there.
Okay.
Yeah, nice one, Seep.
Overachiever.
Okay. I will warn you now. I will warn you now. Most of the time, I don't roll very high, which is why so many people like me being the game master, because they know they'll probably get to go before me. But we'll see how that works. Okay. Now, I know there are things called crawling rounds in Shadowdark, but I can't be bothered doing that. I only use initiative when we get into combat. Okay. I assume that everybody I'm playing with are adults, and they can share the time and communicate like mature adults, because apparently they are adults. So I don't do crawling rounds. It's not my thing. It feels like a board game, so I just don't do that. This adventure is called Village of Shadows, which was originally called Small Rustic Village, but I thought Village of Shadows was cooler, so we're going to call it that. What I want to do is I want to ask you guys one question. You're going to a village, and there needs to be a reason. Now, there could be lots of different reasons, and I'm going to throw a whole bunch of ideas at them, and you're going to tell me amongst you which one you like the most, and that's the one we'll use. Seem reasonable? Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. So maybe you've just been traveling for a long time and you come across an abandoned village. We could do it there. That's pretty sort of bland, vanilla stuff. Maybe a fisherman and their boat goes missing, including their wife and daughter, and you've got to go and try and find out what happened to them. So you have to go to this village, or maybe you're in an inn in town, about like 20 miles away, and unfortunately the town doesn't get that shipment of fish and sends you off to find out what's going on, gives you some, the innkeeper will give you some money for doing the job. Maybe you just shelter there because of bad weather. Maybe the king decides, the crown said, it's like, we need you to go and find out what's going on with this this drug trade, and sends you to this village to find out what's going on. Maybe that's what's going on here. I mean, there's quite a few things that you could potentially do. We could even have you having to go to the village to capture crabs for a king's banquet. Like, there's a bunch of different ideas I'm going to throw at you. You just got to tell me which one you like.
That's a lot that you threw at me.
That's because there's 8 exciting ideas here, and I
rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2.
Well done,
that is
Phil.
a simple way of solving the problem. Okay, so a fishing man and their boat has gone missing, including the wife and the daughter, and you are basically going to find out what happened to them. So you're heading off to this village. So the great thing about this adventure is I can give you the map straight away. I don't have to scroll around or anything like that. That's why the map should be up and you should be able to see it.
Good.
All of the locations are numbered, so you can just sort of ask me, what's this? And I can tell you. It's really, really simple. Okay. So you come into, come around the bend of the road, and just through the forest. There's fields to the north. There's the lake to the south. There's a wharf. There's a bunch of buildings. There's a sort of a village circle and a well in the center. And let's just pick a building and let's go from there.
Who recruited us to find the missing fisherman?
Well, how about we just make it King?
King.
We'll just make the king. We'll just make it the king. And
Okay.
I think King Lurg would be appropriate for this adventure.
King Lurg.
Since King Lurg, because Lurg is not here, So I know AJ would approve of being
king.
crowned king. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Let's. Which of the buildings looks like the king's place? Number 3. Does that look
This
like?
is just a village. This
Oh.
is just a village, right? This is just a village. It's just got a bunch of old sort of buildings that look a little bit worn and weathered because they're by a lake. That tends to happen when they're beside water. And yeah, you just pick a building that you would or a location, and I will tell you what you can see or know about that location. Very, very simple.
If
I'm going to
a
guess
fisherman
number
went,
3 is the constabulary.
It's actually so the building that you're looking at, that's actually stables and kennel.
Perfect.
Yep, it's a stables and kennel. So there are 4 stalls with wooden gates lining the east wall. You can actually look straight in, like from the outside. And they line the east wall. And there's about 20 iron cages resting against the opposite wall. And the floor is covered in old smelly hay and poop, which is basically shit, if you are unsure. And there's... So that's what you can see from the outside.
I'll look at over at Philosopher and say it's not time to be horsing around. We should probably look at a different building here.
Okay.
I'd like to suggest we go check out the pier since we're trying to find a fisherman that might have
That's a good
disappeared.
idea.
Maybe there's something over there.
That seems like a very sensible idea.
And
Good
that's
idea.
why our
So-
ooze barbarian leads the group. That's it right there. The thoughts, the brains.
All right. So this jetty is made out of the spine of a massive fish. It's now petrified like a fossil, so it's kind of hardened. Bone sort of goes sort of stone-like if it is left a long time. That's basically what's happened. The boat lines here are frayed, and it smells of like dead fish. It's what you would expect when you go to a wharf of any kind, right? There's actually a wrecked wooden boat with a hole in the hull sticking out of the water. It's sort of partly submerged and it's tied up by the wharf.
Anyone around?
You don't see anybody around, no. Did you want to inspect the plum place a little bit more? Do you want to check the boat out? You tell me what you want to do?
I want to jump into the boat.
You want to jump in the boat? Okay, cool. So in Shadowdark, we don't roll dice for everything under the sun. It's not necessary. So I'm not going to ask you to roll a dice for something as boring as jumping into a boat. So you just jump into the boat. Easy peasies. It rocks around, moves a little bit. Certainly, you weren't expecting that to happen. While you're on the boat and it's rocking around, the rest of you notice something, though. You might not be able to see it, though, unfortunately, Seep. The rest of you see what looks like a decapitated, green, bloated head floating out of the hull of the boat.
I am now an octopus, and I go get it.
Okay, all right. Are you gonna eat it? Of course you are. I should have guessed. All right. So
I want to feel it with my tentacles. It's human. Is that a horn?
Okay. All right. Are you finished?
I pushed it in the boat so Seep can fetch it.
All right. Okay. Cool. So you have the head. Well done. So now, Seep, what are you doing now that you're on the boat and your octopus friend has grabbed the head? What are you trying to do?
So you said it was just a decapitated head, no body?
No body. You don't know. There's no. But you haven't actually searched the thing. That's just floated out of the hole in the boat. Yeah.
Okay. Let me look around and see what I see.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So if you inspect inside the boat, you find inside a small stone. It looks like it almost feels like it's been crafted in some way. It doesn't feel like a normal stone, and it almost feels like it was wrapped in some cloth, so it feels like it was put there for a reason.
Okay. Can I pick it up and absorb it into my body?
That basically
That's how I
this is
hold all of my stuff.
that's
is
how
I
you
just
hold
put it-
everything with your slots. Well done.
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Okay, I like it.
Brilliant.
I like it.
Yeah. Wait till you see what I do with torches.
I want to see what you can do with his head.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that.
It's
All
funny.
right,
You
so-
jumped on the head before I had a chance to. I was totally gonna absorb it.
Oh, I have to hand it off to somebody. I can't stay an
That
octopus
was
forever.
perfect. Love it. All right, so I'm gonna absorb the stone into my body just
Sure,
to
you
hold
can
it.
do it.
But
Yeah,
if anybody wants to check it out, I'll hand it to him. Yeah.
right. So the stone will be a slot, so you'll have to write it down on one of your slot spaces.
got it.
Okay. If you guys ask me, I will usually tell you if it takes up a slot or more than one slot or no slots at all. But if you're unsure, just let me know. But generally, most things take up a slot unless I say, no, it doesn't take up a slot. Okay.
A little
Just for my
clarification.
information, because I haven't played this. Because I haven't played this before. Do we have 10 slots or 20 slots?
So here's the great thing about the system is you have 10 slots or you have as many slots as that is equal to your strength score. So if your strength score is what right now?
It's really bad. Despite I have a +0. I'm 10.
So 10. So it would be 10 or 10. So you take the highest one, which is 10. If you had a strength score of 18 and you'd really got a really good roll, then you could have 18 rather than 10 because that's the highest number out of those two things. It's very simple.
Cool. All right, I got a stone.
You got a stone.
I mean, honestly, I should probably look at it a little closer before I really absorb it. You mentioned it was wrapped in. Yeah.
Look at it on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Yeah. So there's nothing much else that you notice other than it seems to be it's special in some way. It feels like it's not just a normal stone. It's been wrapped. It doesn't look like just I mean, it's very symmetrical. It's not just like a river stone that you would just pull out of the river that has a sort of an odd shape to it that's smooth.
Sure.
Yeah.
What'd you find, Seep?
I climb back out of the boat over near everybody else then.
Okay.
What'd you find, Seep?
I pick up the octopus and take him with me back up to the
Okay. All right. Unless, of course, the octopus has already crawled over there. You tell me if that's happened to them, Phil.
I would crawl within my oozy friend and examine the stone and hand him the head.
Okay. All right. One of the things you do notice as you're crawling up back onto the wharf is there's lots of small little crabs scurrying around the wharf. Some have managed to sort of cling onto the posts that secure the wharf into the mud, but some are just sort of moving around in the shallows. There's a few that are sort of moving around across the boat itself. They're small. They're not like a significant threat, not unless, of course, there was a lot of them. But there's a strange pink glow coming from the water around the wharf. In fact, there's 3 patches that are glowing pink.
Ooh,
I've seen water before. It is not normally pink.
that's interesting.
Sometimes it's pink when you mix it with blood.
I can swim, so I guess I'll jump out of the ooze, splash myself into the water, and whisk my way over to see what the pink is all about. I taste it with one of my tentacles. How pink does it taste?
Right. Well, one of the first things you notice is that even though there's a pink glow coming from there, the water itself is not pink. When you go to investigate it, a huge crab claw reaches up and tries to grab you.
Hey, pink, and
That is not
get out of
good.
the way. Is this an attack? Do I need to fight for my life here?
I think you might be in a little bit of trouble. But I appreciate you moving things along because otherwise we would be here a long time just talking about stuff, eh? So well done. You have found yourself a giant crab.
My.
And we are going to go into initiative. So we already rolled initiative. I'm going to use the same initiative every time we ever have to do a combat so that I don't have to worry about asking you to do it again. I am a lazy bugger. This is how I operate, and I'm not going to apologize for it. This is life in my world. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say the person who's currently in the most danger and really sort of initiated things and the whole process, you're going to have to deal with the first incoming blow. Okay, and then
It's
the rest-
already attacking me. That makes
it is
perfect
already
sense.
attacking it. I said it was, so I feel like that seems reasonable that I'm just going to just make an attack. It
AC
makes two
13.
attacks it's because it's got two claws.
Ah,
Yeah. So this is it making an attack. I just rolled a 20 on my
Oh my
dice.
goodness.
So you are in so much trouble now.
Goodness
Thank
gracious
God
me.
you are level 4. So you take a grand total of 11 points of damage, and I need you to make a DC 15 strength check, please.
Wow.
It was good knowing the octopus.
Right.
I fail.
What did you get
That
for
was a
your
failure.
failure?
I got
Okay.
14. I barely failed.
14? Okay. Oh, it's very close, but no scar. You're going to take some more damage, unfortunately, because it's just crushed you for another 1 point of damage. So bad news on the first blow. Good news is the crab has got another attack, so we'll do that. That is 7 to hit you. So I don't think that's going to have hit you because your armor class is probably well over 10, correct?
Yep. 13.
Okay. Right. At this point, 2 more crabs, because there were 2 patches of pink, come out of the water. They don't necessarily go for you, unfortunately, Philosopher. One of them climbs onto the end of the wharf, and the other one climbs up the side, and it's going to go after you, Bill, one of these giant crabs.
Sure.
This is. I have a bad feeling about
Can
this.
can I rage
I was
like
thinking the
now, or
same
do I have to
thing.
wait for my
Yeah.
do I have to wait for my turn, or can I just say I'm raging?
When you get to your turn, you just say you're raging.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So it climbs up, but it's not doing anything at this point. The other one climbs up onto the front of the wharf and doesn't do anything else. It's taken all that time to do that, so we don't need to worry about them. And we're going to go straight into your initiative orders. Since I rolled a 2, I told you it's good to be playing with me, and that rolling low is something I do a lot. Apart from that 20, I'll apologise for that one. But anyway, so Seep, Philosopher, Caden, and Greg, tell me what you're going to do. Roll your dice. Away you go.
All right. So I want to jump in the water and go try to save the octopus here.
Sure.
I figure that everybody else can deal with the ones on the wharf. So I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna jump in the water.
Yep.
And I'm gonna attack the crab.
Go for it.
All right. 16.
Oh, good. Thank God for that.
Right. And that is for 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Rolled kind of low.
That's all right. It gives me a chance to make another attack. Okay, next person.
I think I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm going to, as an octopus, as a shaman, I can cast spells while I am in an animal form. So I have the smite spell. So I'm going to throw down a DC 12 or better to keep this spell alive. And I rolled a 14. So another 14. Good enough. 15 because I get a +1 to my spell casting. And it's a D6. So I'm going to do D6 damage.
Yep.
4 points of damage.
Yep.
And I'm an octopus, so I'm going to fart some ink and make some distance. I'm heading for the hole in the ship to crawl through it so I can peoplefy myself again and ray down hell from afar.
Sounds like a very good and smart plan. For those of you who don't know, there is no opportunity attacks or attacks of opportunity or whatever the heck you want to call them. Thank God for that. Shadowdark doesn't use them. The other thing is, yes, you can turn into an animal and cast spells in this game. If you play 5e, suck it up, baby. Anyway, next person.
Is that me or you, Wally? What'd
I
you
think
roll?
I think it's you. I had a 6.
I don't care. Just tell me what you're doing and roll a dice.
All right, all right.
You're all
I'm
going
gonna-
before me anyway.
I'm gonna attack the crab that Bill elegantly swan dove over. That is a 16 to hit.
Yes.
All right. And smiting, I got to do this with advantage. That's a 10. Okay, 10, but I get to add a +1, so that is a beautiful 12 points of, or 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Thank God for that. Okay. Right. Good news. Thank you very much. Next person.
Okay, using my warlock, I have 2 abilities. One is a talent that gives me advantage on charisma checks. The second is my Eldritch Blast, which instead of having to hit the armor class of the creature, I only have to make a DC 11. So I did that with flying style. The bad thing about my Eldritch Blast is I only do a D4 damage, so that'll be 2 damage to
2 damage.
Yes, I always hit,
The one-
but not for much.
Yeah. So you're basically targeting the one that everybody else is basically banging up.
Correct. Yes,
Alright.
they call Greg the finisher sometimes because everybody else
finisher,
will
yeah,
they'll wear it
finishing
down,
move.
and I'll and then Greg not being the most one can absorb attacks, he'll back up a little bit.
Okay. All right.
I
Good
should
to-
have done that.
Good. Yeah. Do you want to back up now?
I'll back up right now.
Nah, it's okay.
Well, I mean, you
Can't
have
think of
the
it.
option.
It's not happening.
Anyway, so now that that's done, it's now the crab's turns. So one is going to go after you. Unfortunately, Caden, you're going to be attacked by one of these things, Caden.
That's okay.
I'm going
Hey,
to
look out.
apologize
This
now.
much.
It's going to be brutal because they get 2 attacks. So let's start. First off,
Just roll twos. Roll twos.
yeah, well, I didn't roll 2, but I did get 13 to hit you. Is that enough?
That is enough.
Well, thank God I only rolled 1 damage, but you do need to make a DC 15 strength check because you could get crushed.
Ooh. Let's do this. There's my D20. Yeah, that's a 6. That is not enough.
Well, a bit of crushing. So 5 more damage.
Oh my!
5 more Oh, okay.
Look out,
we're fine.
Caden.
We're fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
But that's all right because there's another attack coming. So here it comes, Caden. Oh, we might have missed this one. This is only 12 to hit you.
Ooh, meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it. Oh my God. So I hit you again. So 6 points of damage and another strength check, please. DC 15.
That one was a 15. I get to add my modifier, right? My strength, I assume.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I do hope that you are doing that. Yes, please.
Yeah. The last one wasn't close enough to matter anyway. That is a 15 though.
That is good enough. So you are sweet. There's no crushing. You managed to hold the pincer apart before it sort of closes on you. But it has definitely
And you
hugged
said
you.
5 points of damage from the attack though?
Yeah. The attack just still did 5 points of
Ooh,
damage.
We're
Yeah.
still up, but it's getting close.
Yeah. People will die in this game. Fortunately, characters, not people. They're players. So
Not important
those
people anymore.
for those of you who are hoping that somebody might actually die on live stream, it's not going to happen, but a character might. Okay, so that's you. Next person, I believe, Greg, you're going to get a love hug by one of these giant crabs, okay?
Didn't back up far enough.
Yeah, probably not, because it can move near distance and it swims near distance, so it can get to you pretty easily. It's not a problem. So it just comes over to you and 2 claws, 10 to hit you.
10 does not hit.
Thank God for that. Next one. How about a 17?
A 17, that's going to barely hit.
Okay, good to know. Okay, but it does hit. So 5 points of damage and a DC 15 strength check.
That is a 13. That doesn't sound good enough.
No, it doesn't. So I'm going to have to roll another dice. Sorry, buddy. 7 points of damage.
Oh my God. So that's 5 plus 7. That's 12 altogether.
Yes.
Okay, looking rough.
Yep. Yeah, it's rough. Level 4. It's rough. Okay. I've done Caden. I've done Greg, and I believe Philosopher had tried to squiggle his way as far away as possible. So Seep, I believe you are next. One of them, the last one, goes for you, and it's really looking hungry. It's almost as if it wants to eat you with its little teeth before it even takes your head off with the pincers. But anyway, here we go. You're gonna love me. I only got a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Thank God for that, eh?
Yeah.
The second one, not so great though for you, mate. This is a 13 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, 6 points of damage
6 points. All right.
and a DC 15 strength check, please.
Fail. I got a 9.
Righto. And that's 1 point of damage because Fred sucks with rolling 8-sided dice.
I'm all right with it.
Cool. I'm glad you are. So that is round 1. For those of you who haven't noticed, our players are kind of messed up. Thank God they're level 4. Otherwise, it would be over. All right, so just tell me what you're going to do. Seep, Philosopher, Caden, and Greg, and then roll some dice, and then tell me what you've got, and we'll go from there.
Sure. The same crab that I've been attacking, is it looking pretty hurt? Like,
It looks pretty messed up here. There, you
Okay.
know. Yeah.
So I'd like to attack it, but if I'm going to kill it, I have a cool idea to describe it. So I'm going to attack it with my great axe.
Yep.
I don't hit it. 9.
9. Oh, brutal. Okay, that is a miss. But next time maybe.
That's all right. I'm really afraid of its little teeth.
Next person.
Caden runs up with his greatsword, or not really runs up, but swings at it. And after having just gotten crushed, just absolutely whiffs.
Is whiffing a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing. He misses.
Okay.
He misses.
All right, he misses.
He
Okay.
gives it a good effort, but
All right. Yes. No, but you look like it. Yeah, when I designed that feature, I was trying to think, how could I make a warlock seem cool without overpowered? And I thought, let's just fuck with the way they look. So if you'd rolled at the other end, you could have wound up being a devil or an angel, but you rolled at the other end, so now you're just a weird looking monster. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, all right, so you're backing away. That's fine. We've got one more person. I believe Philosopher, you're on.
I can cast heal. I can cast cure wounds at near range. Close range. So I would like to close. I'm not sure how far I got away from the crab, but using Josh as a shield, I would like to dump cure wounds. I succeed my roll with 13 points of healing.
Okay. All right. So you're healing yourself, you're healing Josh's character.
Josh. Yeah, healing Josh's character, 13
Okay.
points.
All right.
And using trying to keep distance. So I don't want to get within melee range again. I just want to get in close enough, pop a heal, and then get the hell out.
Right. Okay.
dashing ram not upon you.
All right. So I think you'll probably be able to at least get behind him. Because you guys are sort of popping in and out since we don't have to worry about opportunity attacks. But unfortunately, they move the same distance as you, so it's really not helping the slightest. But anyway, good try. At least somebody is not going to potentially die this round. I feel like somebody's going to die this game for sure. Anyway, crabs. I am going to roll what is called a morale check on one of my crabs because they look a little bit messed up. Kind of time to do that, so do that. One of the crabs, the one that you've been bashing on and slashing and crushing and doing all the damage to, it decides it's had enough. It sinks back into the lake and swims away.
That's right
Bye-bye.
after Greg hit it with his blast.
No, after somebody hit it
Zero
with
point
a
damage.
Eldritch Blast and did 1 point of damage.
That's right. That's right.
But there was a little bit of stuff going on before then. So one has actually fled.
Not in my
Well
eyes.
done. Okay. The other two have not, unfortunately. So we're going to... So since we have kind of a new guest here, and I wouldn't say Bill's been here before, so that's not really true. But I'm
Just
still going
once,
to pick
yeah.
on... I'm going to pick on Seep. So one of them comes up to you and 2 claws. This is not good. This is 21 to hit and 3 points of damage.
All right, that definitely hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to make that DC 15
Oh, yeah.
strength check. Yeah,
Oh, hold on, fell on the floor.
that's right.
15.
15. Oh,
Yes,
good.
yes.
No crushing. You managed to hold it apart. Maybe you're using is it an axe you've got to sort of keep
As it tries to squeeze me, my body just morphs around it and it kind of reforms on her.
Right. Yeah. You're gonna have to restrain it at some point. Anyway, probably not a good idea. 6 to hit.
Jar.
So 6 to
6
hit,
to hit does not hit.
won't do nothing to you, so we don't have to worry about that one. Okay. Since Philosopher is being a pussy and hiding behind somebody else, we won't attack him.
Octopussy.
And because
But,
Greg is trying to stay as far away as possible and just hit things with Eldritch Blast, we'll leave him alone. So we're going to pick on Caden again because he just got a whole bunch of hit points.
I'm a turtle.
Yeah. Yeah. This crab likes turtle, particularly turtle soup. So 15 to hit, 6 points of damage.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah.
How much?
6 points.
6 points.
Yeah.
And a strength check?
Yes, please. DC 15.
Alrighty. That is a 4 with my modifier.
God. All right. So I'll be rolling another dice. A bit more damage coming in. Oh, I rolled a 1 again. So you get 1 more point of damage.
Perfect.
But it has
Nice
2
dice
attacks. So, yeah, it's not over yet. Good news for you. I rolled 7 to hit you, so it's not going to help in the slightest. I am finished.
The shell blocked it.
Well done. It certainly did. I'm very happy that you guys are still alive. So, Seep, Philosopher, Caden, Greg, whoever speaks first, take your turn.
All right.
4 points of
so
Eldritch
I want to use my. How many?
4 points.
4 points. Okay.
I'll let
good.
him talk first.
Oh, he's done.
it.
You're on, Bill.
All right. I want to use my amorphous form to come up through the bottom of the bridge because I'm down in the water, so I want to just like ooze right up through it, behind one of the crabs and take a swing.
Go for it.
20 actually.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah. Well, it's 19 plus 1. So, and then that is 11 points of damage.
Okay. Now we're talking. Some
Much
real
better.
damage now. Okay.
Yeah, for real.
Yes. Right. Next person. Don't all rush.
Caden grabs his greatsword in both hands and he swings a 16 to hit for 8 damage.
Oh, I like your style. Thank you very much. That's certainly helping. It's looking pretty sad, that crab.
I try and lop off one of the arms. Just get that thing out of here.
Yeah. So that's you? Philosopher,
Yep, that's me.
I believe you're next.
Who's got the worst hit points pool right now? I've got 6 out of 18. I just dropped 13 onto Josh, so he's probably okay.
I have 5.
Bill and Greg, you've got 5 left. How many do you normally have?
17, but I'll be okay.
Yeah,
And
I'm
Bill,
okay.
how
at
you?
the moment. 22
All
out
right.
of 32.
Then oh Jesus, that's really good. I'll give it to myself then. I get 11 points of healing.
Okay.
And Greg, I'll kill you up next.
Okay. Well, that'll be next turn. Okay, so we're back to the crabs. Okay, so one of these crabs, I'm going to have to make a morale check because it's looking a bit sad. And fortunately for you, I have failed that morale check again. So another one, this one that you've been smacking to pieces on the wharf, decides to just leap off and starts swimming down into the lake. It's gone. Only one left. Well done, people. Well done. So there's only one that's going to be doing any attacking. And it's going to have, since I believe Caden and Seep, you're pretty much in the same area, pretty close to each other, correct? On the wharf.
Yep, I believe so. Yeah, we were both hitting. Yeah.
They're gonna. It's this crab's gonna move from the side of the wharf onto the wharf and engage both of you. So Seep, one attack on you.
All right.
And fortunately, that's only a 15.
That'll hit.
6 points of damage.
Okay. And then roll
Yeah, DC 15.
15 again.
Well done. Okay, so
Wow.
you managed to, avoid getting crushed. And then Caden, we're going after you, and I got a 14 to hit.
A 14 will do it, yeah.
I'm going to apologize now, Josh. I rolled 8, so you get 8 points of damage.
There is no point in even doing that check. Caden is down.
Down. Okay. All right. Okay. For those of you who don't know how death works in Shadowdark, most of the time instant death does not exist, no matter what level it is. You simply have to roll a 4-sided dice and add your Constitution modifier, and that is how many rounds you have before you die. Now, how a dungeon master might rule it if you wind up getting attacked again and take more damage is up to them. But that's basically the gist. And every time Josh is going to have his turn at the beginning, he rolls a 20-sided dice. If he gets 20, he's on 1 hit point. If he doesn't roll a 20, he is getting closer and closer to that timer running out. Very simple. Okay. All right. Sweet. So that is me. We are on to next round. So Seep, Philosopher, Caden, and Greg.
I'm gonna attack it again.
Go for it. Attack.
You can go first.
No,
Yeah,
you go ahead. I'm the finisher.
Okay, I've been going with the higher initiative thing, but I don't think that matters anymore. 19.
19 hits.
19 hit, and then 8 points of damage.
Okay, good. Got it. Thank you.
Ooh, tough bastard.
It is.
I rolled an 11 and I needed an 11 on another curing wounds. So I'm going to dump that on Caden so that he can stabilize and not dies.
Mm-hmm.
The point return is 7.
Nice.
Sweet. So there's no negative hit points in Shadowdark, so he's going from 0 to 7. Done.
What's your cap, Caden?
14.
Thank you. And Seep, yours is 32. You're at 7 right now. Is that right?
I'm at 16 at the moment.
16. Okay, cool. Out of 32 is correct?
Correct. Yep.
Thank you.
All right. I believe that means that Caden can take his turn, and so can Greg.
Greg will wait. Go ahead, Caden.
Well, let's see. That is a 14 on the dice. 16 to hit.
Yes.
Is he will stand up, take his great sword, and swing it for 10 plus 1, 11 points of damage as he tries to just, like, if you've seen the little pincer mouth things that crabs have, he just tries to shove this sword right in its mouth. The one that took him down.
Yes. That's exactly what happens. It doesn't look happy, but it's not dead. So.
Okay.
3 points.
Okay,
from Greg.
finisher. 3 points from Eldritch Blast. Pum pum. Okay.
3 points.
3 points. Cool. So that's everybody, correct? It must be the crab's turn. And it's time for the crab to make another morale check because it's looking pretty beat up.
My pants are wet from the water, not because of anything else.
Yeah. It freaks out. It removes itself from your sword and dives into the water in the most peculiar way that a crab would, which is basically like a sort of belly flop. And then just sinks and it swims off. It's gone. Well done. You survived. You still live.
That was
They all
insane.
got away.
That was crazy.
To be honest, I'm completely surprised that all of us lived. I did not expect that to happen.
Me too. I thought I was gonna have to run away. But you guys made it. I'm so glad.
I thought you were going to have to run away as well.
Run away to get help is what I meant. Yes.
I know what you meant. Yes, of course.
I'm only getting 3G here with Greg. So.
So are you dropping signals?
Yeah.
Seep, get 9 points back.
9 points. Thank you.
25.
By the way, worth mentioning, as an ooze, I can only communicate telepathically. So unless I say otherwise, I'll just talk to everybody in their own head.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah.
That creeps me out.
That's not creepy at all.
Can you hear our thoughts too, or how does that work?
mystery.
Yeah. Basically, it means that you can communicate telepathically with any creature. For those who haven't figured that out, that is a really strong feature to have in any class.
Yeah. I imagine every once in a while, Seep accidentally butt dials one of us. There's here's some random thoughts.
Okay.
Just elevator music. Yeah.
Whew. All right. Wow. Yeah, the fisherman. Did anybody see? Right, fisherman lost. Isn't that what we're doing?
Yeah. No.
Did anyone see us defeat those giant crabs? Huh?
Yeah. The only thing you found is a decapitated head. There has been no fisherman so far. So
Yeah. Does it look like a fisherman's head?
They get snipped off by a claw.
it's bloated.
Does it
it's
even look
bloated and
human?
swollen. Yes, it looks like it might have been human, but it's been in the water for a while. So you know how they kind of go horribly green and they sort of lose all their features because they sort of blow out like a balloon.
I don't know that.
Seep definitely
Plenty of
pokes.
puppet
If you've
space
ever
for my
watched-
tentacles, though.
Yeah, think Jaws, the original Jaws, and the head that comes out of the hole in the boat. That head. Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so we got a stone.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done.
Where would you guys like to go next?
We should probably go get this head and this stone looked at. Maybe
It's an abandoned town, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Or am I wrong?
And so far, you haven't seen any people in the
Oh,
village, and you've walked right through it, right
wow,
to the wharf.
nobody.
You haven't seen a single
Goodness
person.
gracious me.
No.
Um,
Not even an animal.
I am now a bird, and I will fly in the sky and see if there's anyone anywhere around.
Well, now you have seen an animal, and it's a bird. Yep. So you can fly around, and you can see basically the layout of the place. As I said, there's a bunch of buildings. There's some fields behind the buildings. Looks like sort of somebody's been farming there. Whatever crops there sort of look like they've kind of gone to seed. Yeah, that's what you can see. But you don't see.
Is 11 a well?
11 is a well. You are correct. Would you like to
go to
inspect the well?
ooh, throw the
I'm
stone
gonna go
in there.
inspect the well, but also I could use after that battle, I could use a drink of some fresh water.
Sure. Fair enough. I think that's a sensible thing to do. So you get to the well. It looks like the well is dry from where you are, but you notice that the sides of the well it's crumbling, so there's a little bit of damage. It is the center feature of the village, and you can see that around the well is crushed clam shells and mussel shells. So somebody's kind of used it like I guess gravel, something to stop it just getting all muddy. You can hear a faint, eerie whisper can be heard from the depths right down the bottom of the well. And when you look down there, you can see some sort of sparkling glint in what appears to be maybe water, but not a lot. You're not too sure.
I assume there's no buckets or rope around.
There is a bucket and there is a rope.
Hi. It's kind of disappointing. The water doesn't look as fresh as what I was hoping, but let's throw the bucket down. Well, let's tie a rope off. If the rope's not already tied to the bucket, let's make sure that one's secure before we chuck that bad boy down. Let me tell you, that's a mistake you don't make twice.
Sure. I would like to remind you that lakes have fresh water, that it's not seawater in a lake, so you could just drink from the lake if you really wanted to. Unless, of course, you're concerned.
Person.
Right, okay, wells only.
There's
for you.
dead crabs.
There's
in there.
crabs in there.
Here's the technique, too. When you drop the bucket down, you flip it upside down and throw it down.
Right, okay. Fine, because that helps get the water once it sort of comes right.
Well,
way up.
because if you don't do that, the bucket just bobs on the top of the water.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. When you drop the bucket down, upside down, of course, it doesn't hit the water. It sort of stops in the middle of the well. I mean, it's dark down there, but there's enough light coming from, because it's not even midday. Like, it's not even 12 o'clock in the afternoon. For those of you who are hoping there would be going to be torch timers in this game, I'm sorry, there's no torch timers so far. No, it's not fallen all the way down. It's sort of just floating there.
How's that
But
water
not
coming?
on water. Interesting.
How's
Hey,
that water coming, Caden? I'm thirsty over here.
It's not going as well as what I had originally hoped. I feel like there's some shenanigans.
You did the
but
trick
I have
with
a
it
fear of
upside down,
claustrophobia, the shell getting stuck. It's a fear of mine, and falling on my back. Two things just keep me up at night. Somebody maybe a little slimmer want to investigate?
I, as a bird, dive bomb the well, slapping
bird's
Greg
gonna
on the way
attack.
by with 11 points of healing. So I think you're back to cap.
Yes.
Oh, no, you're one shy.
Thank you.
You're one shy. Down the hoop, and let's see what happens when a bird free falls into an anti-gravity space.
Anti-gravity space. I don't know where you got that from, but that's fine with me.
It's the bobbing bucket. I'm assuming it's anti-gravity magic. That's the first thing a robot would think.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting conclusion. So yes, you're going straight for the bucket, right?
Well, not into the bucket. It's upside down, of course.
Yeah, it is.
But,
Yeah. Are you going to
adjacent
land on the bucket, or are you just
if I
going to
can land on the bucket, that'd be amazing. That would make me the happiest crow in Crowtown.
Just don't
All right,
kick
so
it.
that's what.
Don't kick
So
the
that's
bucket.
what you want to do is land on the bucket.
I hope not. Yes, I'm going to land on the bucket.
Right, you land on the bucket. And you feel when you land on the bucket, it's not hugely stable. There's a little bit of a wiggle to it, a little bit wobbly. But yeah, it's not like the bucket falls any further down the well. But you do hear a little voice say, "Ouch."
So, sorry, can I do something, Phil?
Yes.
Do you mind? All right.
Please.
So I want to rage because I'm angry because I'm thirsty. And I'm gonna look down at the the shiny thing down there and use my telepathy to try to talk to it. But because I'm raging, I'm gonna try to intimidate it. I want to tell it to get out of the way because we are trying to get water, and that's all that I care about at the moment. So I'm angry. I'm telling it to get out of the way, and I would like to intimidate it.
Okay. All right. So normally in Shadowdark we don't do charisma checks for dialogue stuff. The game sort of talks more about just use dialogue, right? So we're gonna stick with that. So whatever you say, Bill, is really the most important thing rather than rolling dice. Since you have telepathy, essentially, if there's anything down there that's alive, you probably better communicate with it. You hear in your head, but the rest of you hear audibly the following. Don't hurt me.
Okay. I'm going to tell it to come out of the well.
So the bucket and the bird sitting on the bucket drop down to the bottom of the well, and you see some sort of strange, transparent, jelly-like, glistening glob crawl out of the well. It changes form. It's quite large, and it sort of spills out like, what's the best way to describe it? Like jelly, essentially. Like
Ooze?
Well, I guess like an ooze, yes. And it just spills out, and you notice there's something inside this jelly-like thing that's sparkly and glinty, kind of silverish inside it. And it sort of rolls itself out away from the well, just as you said.
Okay. I mean, I'd like to try to. You said there's something inside of it. Sorry, I kind of lost.
Yes. Sorry, there is.
Does it look similar to like the rock that I have, or anything?
No.
Can I tell what it is?
If you look really closely, it looks like maybe a silver locket.
Okay. I mean, since I'm already kind of talking to it, I'd like to try to convince it to drop the locket. I want to say something like, there's some delicious crab to go eat near the water waiting for you, but you don't look hungry enough. You should drop the locket. You have something in your stomach. I don't know, something like that.
All right. So
I'm kind of dumb. I have a 5 intelligence. I can't put much better than that together.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's not about intelligence. It's always about wisdom, right? Because there's plenty of people who can communicate that don't have high intelligence. It's all about the wisdom. Yes. So it does an ooze-like poop, and out comes the little silver locket. It's on a broken chain, and you hear it in your head, but it also says verbally, audibly, "Ooh, dinner, me hungry."
Awesome.
Sorry about that. Ice cream shop.
I've done a lot. Somebody else pick it up.
Did it say it said that audibly?
Audibly, yes. Yep.
Seep, is it hungry for us or the crabs? Relation of yours, by the way?
Oh, actually, that's true because you guys wouldn't have heard what I said. Yeah. So I'll communicate to you guys all that I told it to go eat the crabs and to leave the locket. And,
Greg will take a step and that way.
All right. So
Get to the impression we're not going to get a water from this well.
the globby thing starts sort of reforming into what looks like a cube, and it just sort of slides towards the water and where you pointed it, where the crabs are. And you almost see like a little weird transparent hand pop up and wave it, and you say, thanks. And it just rolls off towards the lake.
I want to take my hand and shove it right into my stomach and pull out my water skin and hand it over to Caden and say, ooze can be friends too.
Yeah. So how come he gets to speak, but you just do the mind thing? What's up with that?
Drink water. Stop talking too. You talk too much.
Oh. Well, that was interesting.
So
Wow.
who's picking up the locket? It looks kind of gross.
It does look gross.
Aiden, 8 hit points.
All right.
So
I'll
right
pick
now,
up the
right
locket.
now you're at the
So
So
taking you back to full.
Phil, you're at the bottom of the well with the bucket. Because once it came out, the bucket fell, and so did you down to the bottom. You're a bird,
Thank you.
so I figured you would flap rather than crash and die. So
I'll let it go. I'm going to snake and just go back up the rope.
okay. So you do notice there's some things in the bottom of the well, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I investigate
You investigate.
as a snake.
All right. As a snake. So you slither around and you find there are copper coins in the bottom of the well. Just underneath the water. Sort of partially buried in the dirt of the well at the bottom.
Are you eating them?
Yes. So I'm going to come
I was
back
gonna
up.
say,
He
he's
ain't
either
got
choking
hands.
on whatever he was eating, or
The only way to get copper coins back up as a snake is to swallow them. So I'm going to swallow them.
You're gonna
I
swallow.
figured Fred had, he said nobody was going to die on stream. I wasn't confident that was going to remain true.
We all just think he's role playing, and in reality, he's choking.
Yeah.
We all, nice job.
Way
Well
to
done.
commit.
Wow.
I can only do it once.
Okay. So Phil, there's actually 150 copper coins in the bottom of the well. So
Oh God, I'm going to come out looking like a fucking roll of quarters.
So I believe, I believe you will. I do believe that 100 coins counts as one gear slot. So that will be 1.5 gear slots for you if you want to.
Damn.
If you want
That's
to
rough.
take them all up there, you can. The locket, whoever grabbed it, I believe one of you has taken the locket and pocketed it. Did you want to inspect
Wally
it?
wanted to take it.
Yeah, I didn't pocket it, but I'll open it and look at it though.
I think he puts it around his neck.
Yeah, it has a picture of a young woman inside the locket.
Okay. Is that
The
it?
picture's a little bit waterlogged, but yeah, it's worth maybe 2 silver pieces.
I'll toss it to Caden. Worthless piece of crap. Anything else?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a peculiar village. Nobody's here. Somebody poisoned the water hole.
It's ironic that Greg is the least human of us all.
It is.
Unfeeling
Why is
bastard.
that ironic?
Because he's the only human. You're a human, aren't you?
We have 12 buildings.
Yeah.
I just rolled a 4. Do you guys want to go to building number 4?
Let's go to 4.
Ooh.
Works
Yeah.
for me.
All right.
All right. Okay. So heading over to that building, see you can see it looks like an old wooden warehouse. The doors sort of flung open, hanging off the hinges, and it's full of barrels in there. So that's what you
What's
can
in the
see from the
barrels?
outside.
So
we'll go in.
Before everybody kind of get I want to run ahead. I want to squeeze my way into one of the barrels, and then when the rest of everybody gets over there, I want to burst out of the barrel.
Okay, so you're going in first. Understood.
Unless it's filled with whiskey, because that would be ironic.
Oh
Phil,
yeah.
Phil,
My whole
your
body
wishes.
turns more brown. That's like
So, Phil, your
So-
wish is my command. Yes, you can do that. So, when you go into the warehouse where the barrels are, so you can squeeze into one of the barrels. The others are still coming since you've obviously moved ahead of them a little bit faster. That's fine. You notice that the barrels, one of the barrels that you're trying to squeeze into, is full of dried corn, and there's clusters of yellow fungus.
Oh,
Do you still want to crawl into this thing?
I no, I would not do that.
You have any psionic powers, you should totally do it.
I would have done it with the corn, but not with the fungus. I think I would know better.
No
Even
better
with
than
my
to do that.
low int.
There's unfortunately tiny little spores floating in the air that you notice, and now that you're in there, and I would like you to make a DC 15 Constitution check, because yeah, there's you might-
13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, you feel very unwell. Basically, you start seeing strange things. It's almost you start hallucinating. Like everything seems to be in threes now. And you also you also feel a little unwell, like you might be poisoned. So you now have disadvantage on 20-sided dice rolls.
Okay.
He didn't ask me for how long. There is
I
no
figured if
time.
it's relevant, you tell me.
There's no time limit. You're gonna have to figure out how to get rid of that. So yes, just keep assuming that you have disadvantage on 20-sided dice rolls, all 20-sided dice rolls until you've figured out how to deal with that problem. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to try to
I
give you a
regret this
bless
joke.
token.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
you get a luck token, so that'll help counteract that poison a little bit.
Right. Okay. All right. You'll
I-
need to
I
use
think-
that at the most appropriate time when you don't want to have disadvantage, I guess.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think I can do something.
Oh, it's creeper.
hey, Caden,
I've
can
been
you do
trying,
anything?
waiting for an opportunity to test this ability. I I start glowing with a divine aura, and I poke the ooze.
Okay.
Does it cleanse it?
Ah.
I speak in his head and I say lower.
No.
Tease.
Right. So you're a paladin with a special aura, correct?
Yes, and it says, I don't know if it's a once a day thing, but it says you can use an action to remove one disease or poison effect within near range. I guess I don't even have to
Wow.
touch him. That was just for funsies.
That's right. Exactly. No, there is no. I don't believe unless there's a DC or dice roll tied to that feature. You would. It's just going to work. Yeah. So yeah, that means you're no
Brilliant.
longer poisoned. You've removed the poison effect. Well done.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Handy to have a paladin
Paladin
now.
being useful.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that
And you've managed to
remember this.
sucker Phil into giving you a luck token.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, I came out on top here. And I got to, run ahead of. All right, that's fine.
All right. So now that that's happened, now I'm assuming are the rest of you not going into the warehouse, or are you going into the warehouse?
Oh, I was planning on going into the warehouse.
Okay. All right. So you will probably have to make a DC 15 Constitution check because of all those spores that are floating in the air.
I got to think I would warn. Would I understand that what had happened to me, or like?
Yeah,
would
I think you'd probably understand. There's something that's basically acted as a hallucinogen and made you feel very unwell once you went into the warehouse. So you probably would warn the rest of them. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I'd warn everybody else, but he came in to heal me, so it makes some sense.
Yeah. So he'll be making
Yeah.
a check, and the rest can stay out if they want.
I got a 7 with a +1, so yeah, that it's a fail.
Right. Right. But don't you have a
and my-
special ability that allows you to affect people who are poisoned?
Well, it says all. Oh, never mind. I thought it said I could only use it to allies. I guess I can use it to anybody, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
Fred,
that.
I don't have to breathe. Do I have to worry about getting poisoned?
It's a little bit hard to get poisoned if you are a construct. Yeah,
Sweet. Then I can just blunder in there and not have to worry about it. And I can
that's right. Yeah,
explore the space.
it's just Greg who's sort of got to make a choice.
Yeah, Greg's if Greg's seen the whole poison mold thing, he's gonna wait outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna stand guard, make sure that there's
Yeah.
no
Well, you
crabs.
didn't have to see. Somebody's warned you and told you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you
yeah,
know.
so
Okay.
I'll
So
stand
what
guard.
are you doing? Well, those of you who are in the warehouse, what are you doing now?
I'm leaving. I mean,
That's fine.
I'm walking. Yeah.
I just want
Sorry,
to look around.
Did Caden get
go ahead.
poisoned or no?
Sorry.
Yes.
You did. Okay. All right. Just
All right, Caden,
I'll-
you were going to look around?
Yeah, I wanted to
I
look
will
around. Any
do.
goodies? You know.
Yeah, okay, sure. You can have a look around. So searching through the barrels, since you now don't need to worry about the hallucinogenic effects of this fungus, since you've already dealt with it, you find a stash of, well, it's a leather bag. It's sort of been stashed in one of the barrels.
Interesting. A leather bag. What's in it?
A mystery.
Should open it
You
up.
find gold coins. There's 40 gold coins in that leather bag.
40 gold coins, you don't say.
I want to add my copper coins to the gold coins.
What
and then
kind of? Yeah, we'll get together. You know, well, what kind of bag is it? Is it like a satchel, like Indiana Jones style? I can try and
No,
throw it
no,
over my shell.
it's like a leather bag with a drawstring.
It's less
Pretty cheap,
cool, but,
pretty cheap and simple. Nothing too fancy.
Okay. We'll still carry it out. We're still carry it out.
does it
I've seen to
increase the
have found,
capacity of things that we can carry?
No, so for those of you who are wondering, having a backpack, having a bag, having a sack does not increase carrying capacity in this game. Really, it just means that you've got another way of sort of storing it rather than just chucking everything into your backpack. Because a backpack is no gear slot, and you can have one of those. But it doesn't. A backpack doesn't increase your carrying capacity. It just means you have something to put stuff in.
Agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Gosh.
Is there I want to keep exploring the space and see if we can find a reason why the spore stuff. Like, is there like a mushroom patch or something hidden away among the barrels, or has the hay in the loft gone horribly fallow, or
You think maybe the corn's been sitting here just a little bit too long, and it's probably helped the fungus sort of develop and grow here.
corn goes bad in this place? Okay.
Yeah, it's bad corn.
Yeah. So I know that we haven't seen any people. Have we seen any bodies?
Not so far. That's not true. You've seen a head.
Well, besides the head, yeah.
No, you haven't seen anything else so far.
What's a peculiar city or village? I mean, they threw some coins down the well. We found a bag of gold coins in the loft or warehouse, but no people, no bodies.
No,
Just
people,
abandoned.
Yeah, and you haven't found the farmer, which is
Starting
the
to
whole
think
point
this
of coming
farmer
here in
might
the first
not-
place. Yeah.
Should we just
Can
kick
you
in the
form a
next door?
telepathic bond with the swollen head?
Oh, I forgot about the swollen head.
I could try, but it's. I'm sure that won't work. But what the
Otherwise,
heck?
it's just wasting space.
I try to telepathic bond with the head.
Yeah, you get nothing from the head. It's definitely not alive or functioning.
He's not very chatty.
No, it's not a
I
chatty.
guess I'll let it
it's not
go.
a chatty head.
Dang.
Well, maybe I should keep it in case somebody recognizes it. I'll put it in my bag.
Okay.
Cool.
I have one spot open. Head.
Next building. You think?
Somebody else roll a d12.
We could just go to number 4. Sorry,
Or you go.
Yeah,
I
we just
rolled a
went to
10
4.
though.
Ooh, we'll take the 10. Double digits for the win.
All right, so you're going to the building number 10.
Build number
Sure.
10.
That's fine. This is an old stone cottage. It's covered in vines. It's a little bit hard to see inside the cottage because of all the vines. So that's all I can just describe unless somebody tries to go in.
Can I find somewhere that I could squeeze through and get a look?
Yep, you could probably pull the door open. You know, it is choked with vines, but you could certainly pull the vines out of the way and get the door open.
I'm making heavy use of this amorphous thing. I love it.
Righto. All right. So you squeeze through that gap, and I'm assuming you're doing like an ooze. Pop my head around the corner. Don't want
I was just gonna say I don't want to just enter like I definitely learned my lesson in the last building.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I want to go in as little as I can to be able to tell if it's dangerous, so I can tell everybody else.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So there is enough light in here for you to see. It's kind of dim. It's not bright light or anything, but you know, it's not dark. You won't need a torch. Again, no torch time, baby. So this adventure is breaking the mold. Going to keep doing this. So you see inside, there is a headless skeleton lying in a dirty, rotting bed. There isn't much else. I mean, in this room, it's like all the furniture's gone. There's only just this rotting bed and this headless skeleton lying on the bed. That's what you can see.
All right, I communicate that back to everybody else.
Okay.
And I say, should we go in? Like, should I stay? Should I come back out or go in?
Do you think the head that I have matches the skeleton? I'm a completionist.
I have an eyeball both inside and outside, and I'm looking at the head and looking at the skeleton at the same time.
Okay. All right.
And I say I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it. I want to leave it with it anyway.
In or out? In or out?
Let's go in.
All right.
Gotta go in.
Right. Okay. So you go in. As I described, that's exactly what you see. What do you want to do now that you're in here?
I want to give Greg a luck token. Enjoy.
Thank you. And when you give that to me, Greg will use his ability to turn himself into a skeleton since he's seen one. It's a CR2 monster.
Neat. I add my head to the collection.
So you finally decided on that monster that you'll become. It's a skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I can't wait till somebody is a priest and tries to turn undead. It's going to be interesting.
Oh my God, that'd be legendary.
So Seep looks over at Greg and says, "Hey, hold still for a sec." And then I just kind of ooze over him, and so I look like a ooze with a skeleton.
Oh dear.
That's awesome.
That's pretty funny. I like
Does that mean if you guys are in the combat that way, Seep, you'll take damage for Greg, and Greg, you can concentrate without having harm of having it be broken?
I think so. Yeah, I think
That's OP.
Yeah.
I could absorb. Yeah. I look at him. I say, "I'm sorry. I should have asked for consent."
No, it was strange, but I'm okay.
Awesome. Oh my God, I love it.
Has vibes of Voltron. Okay, so
funny.
so you're all inside the
We're all
cottage.
inside, yeah.
What would you like to do now?
Did you guys look at everything?
around?
We'll look
But
around.
nobody's looked at
Open
anything.
my eyes.
No, we didn't
Look around.
Yeah.
I point over where the skeleton was and just tell you guys where it is.
Okay,
It's-
and
I take it this skeleton is like skeleton, like been here a long time.
yeah,
it means
okay.
it probably died there.
yeah. What you notice is that you know how when bone gets old, it gets sort of brown and dark, right? But when bone is sort of fresher and you know the meat comes off it, this is very white bone.
No.
How long ago did Clerk tell us to go check out that missing fisherman?
Do I see taking a look at the bones? Do I see any like signs of kind of battle, cracked bones, things like that? Maybe where like a blade slipped in somewhere.
No, you don't see anything like that. There's no sort of broken or cracks in the bones. You don't see any sort of holes or punctures or anything that sort of, or even marks on the bones. It's just headless.
Headless?
It's got no head. There's no skull.
Put the head on top of it.
Maybe I was wrong.
Do we think maybe the ooze came in here for a snack?
That's totally what I'm thinking too.
Then he, took off down this road to go down the well for some reason.
I didn't see any head down in the well, nor any
Don't-
flesh.
Don't we
Just
have?
point.
Don't we
Well,
have a
we
severed
have a
head?
head from the lake.
Does it seem like the
Right.
head of a adult man or a woman or a child or what?
The one that you've already got.
The skeleton on the bed.
Oh, it's the skeleton itself. Looks. It's not heavy boned. You wouldn't be able to necessarily tell whether it's male or female. It does look human. Okay. So that's certainly something that you'd be able to tell.
It's either a fisherman or a fisherwoman. Or another.
Potentially.
Okay.
Are there any, like, looking around, like, personal belongings, things that might indicate who lived in this hut? Was it a fisherman? Was it like?
Okay, sure. The only thing that you find that seems unusual while searching around is you find the skull of a canine or maybe a wolf inside a jar of liquid, and it's sitting on behind the bed, sort of on the far side. As you're walking through the door, there's the bed. On the other side of the bed, there's this jar, and it's been pushed into the corner of the room. There's also a potion bottle underneath the bed, by the way.
I drink the potion. No, I'm just kidding. I was just playing.
What's in the jar? The scowl?
There is the
Skull.
Skull
the
of a
skull
wolf or a
canine
werewolf.
of some kind.
Uncertain. What's up with this village and decapitating things? Have we seen anything not decapitated besides the,
Crabs that
crabs.
don't have heads.
Can I take the wolf head jar?
Yes, you can.
have at it?
All
Take it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know what you want to do with it.
That's a slot, by the way.
Okay.
If you're taking that with you, yeah.
Do you need help putting it in your backpack?
No. I'll put it like in
Don't
the
put it
center
next
of
to like the.
skeleton
Don't put it.
ribcage.
Do you have the stone?
No.
Don't put it next to the stone. If it gets jostled, you don't want that liquid all over your stuff. I'm
Oh,
just telling
good-
you.
good
That'd
point.
be disgusting.
Good point.
I think Seep has got the stone.
I have the stone.
It's in his oozy belly.
It's in my Uzi belly.
Okay.
It's actually made its way up into my head.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
perfect. Yeah. Why don't we give him the jar? I feel like it'd be safer in the oozy floatiness.
Uzi belly.
You don't want it rolling around in the skeleton ribcage? Okay. That makes sense.
Right, I guess that's fine
There
too.
you go.
That's fine. You can
So
if
just
that's what you want
pass
to
it
do.
right up. Here you go.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
well,
I could hold on to it, but that's my last slot, which I don't mind holding on to it. But just telling everybody.
I would just like to remind you, Wally, that your skeleton does have a backpack, more than likely, so you
Yeah.
could just stick the jar in your backpack.
Yeah,
Do
but
you know what I mean?
that's yeah.
It does have a
Highly
lid.
burned.
It's not
Not
like an
as-
open top. It does have a screw lid on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Choked on you if you trip.
Yeah.
All right, I'll hold the canine head in. I guess I'll put it in my head.
Okay. All right.
Anybody else want to look at things in here? I've been creeped out enough by this place. I'm ready to move on.
Did you grab that potion bottle?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there was that potion bottle. Huh?
Yeah, you should grab that.
What color is it?
It is brown.
Oof.
Brown. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
co-
take it
okay.
in
Look
my
on the
pocket, not like take
Bottom.
it.
Sometimes they put like a maker's mark under it or something. You can see what it
Oh,
is, maybe.
that's a valid point. Yeah, let me read here. Do I see like a label or anything on the bottom?
No, there's no label on it.
Oh,
Interesting. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna.
It
put
does
this
have
in
it's
my...
sloshing, so there's something in inside.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
homebrew
well,
stuff.
maybe we'll
then.
just we'll drink it if times get real desperate.
Okay.
Unidentified potion. Just drink it now. Okay, cool. All right, good to know. I like your style. Well done. Okay.
I give you a luck token, Caden, for when you do drink it.
Perfect.
Man, Phil, you are really cranking out those luck tokens today, aren't you?
I appreciate that.
I'm hitting my numbers, man. My D20s are happy. I had ice cream, so everything's rocking like Doc right now.
How about we go out and go to number 8? Does that sound like a plan?
That was good.
Go back
Hell
down
yeah.
the road.
Definitely.
That
yeah.
works for me. The order that we're
There we go.
clearing this village in makes 0 sense, but I'm here for it.
Yeah. We usually go in a star formation, but we kind of messed that up, so we might as well just go down the road
Yeah,
now.
it's for good luck.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go to that building, Greg, you can see that it kind of suggests that it's probably some sort of fishing shack. You can see that the doors come off, the windows are open. You can see inside. You can see a broken table and chairs and cupboards in disarray. There's a lot of fishing gear, worn nets, a broken life preserver, and they're scattered across the hut. There's on the ground, there's some white things that look like bones, but it's a bit hard to tell from the outside. You might have to go inside. to
Oh,
inspect.
I'll go in there, and I'm not extremely quiet with my skeleton bones. Just twink, twink, twink.
Right. Okay. So you're not stealthy.
No.
You're not sneaking around.
No.
Good to know. All right. So you go in and you see that there are definitely pieces of humanoid skeleton littered across the ground. It's like the skull here, arm, femur, rib cage. They're all over the place.
Wow. What was this
Yeah.
dude fishing for?
It's a good question. While you're asking that question, you see a sort of a shimmer, sort of a glowing form. It's kind of a light blue, and it looks kind of like a human form. It sort of appears in front of you,
Oh,
and yeah, it gives you the vibe of maybe a ghost, actually.
that is
Does it have a head?
convenient.
It does have a head.
Okay.
It does have a head.
Huh.
That's
Must
convenient
not be from
because
this town.
my second warlock patron boon is speak with spirits and undead creatures. I would like to talk to it.
No, you can. Well done.
Hello there. I am
Super
a
good.
skeleton. You look like a ghost. What's going on?
We should be friends.
Undead to undead. I'm Greg with 2 G's at 3 G's, 1 at the beginning, 2 at the end.
The response back is sort of a slight head tilt to the side and a bit maybe an expression of confusion, followed by "My name's Paz."
Pez, like the dispenser. Got you.
I was
You've-
thinking the same thing.
Paz. Is there a dispenser in North America called the Paz? Is there?
Yeah, a Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
dispenses
has little candies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not a New Zealand thing, so I wouldn't know. But good to know. So yes, he says the form says I'm Paz, and
Hey,
yeah.
can you tell me what's going on here, Pez? Because this is most strange. I'm new to town. What other information would you like?
Okay.
Yeah. That's what-
Paz just says I'm a fisherman.
You're the
well,
fisherman.
I was.
Do you have a
I
daughter?
was a fisherman.
Do you have a daughter? Did you have a daughter?
No.
Is it?
No, I don't.
It's not that one.
No.
What
no,
happened to you?
No.
What happened to you?
Oh,
Doesn't look like things went well.
I got attacked by this huge, enormous fiddler crab. Fiddler crabs have one huge claw and a smaller claw, and it just ripped me to pieces. And yeah, it tore through the whole village. I think it's killed everybody.
The fiddler crab did.
Yeah, just enormous crab, like the size of a house.
Where does it stay at? This is very important.
I
you
don't
know?
know.
Oh shit. Okay. Are you?
Can Six telepathy? Can he hear the thoughts of the spirit? Is that an interaction that happens, or?
Yeah. So he can communicate with the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, curious.
These are my
Trust in the
friends.
system.
This is Pez, everyone.
Yeah.
Pez-
So
Pez is a
Paz just
fisherman.
lifts up both hands and waves, smiles and a strange expression which doesn't look like happiness or niceness, just little weird.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of strategies for dealing with undead, Greg, but this is definitely the weirdest one.
Yeah. I get
Undead
that.
are mostly just lonely.
I get that. I really didn't think this patron boon was going to come in handy. But my patron said, "Hey, I'm taking care of you. This one, I'm taking care of you." And here I am. I'm a skeleton talking.
See if
to a
it'll
ghost.
possess that stone so we can keep it as a pet.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we ask Pez about the head and the stone? Who has the and the
Absolutely.
locket?
I have all that stuff.
And
Pez,
the potion.
hey, if you have a few more
I'll come in-
moments, we have, and I'll let you guys present the things. 'Cause I don't think I
Sure.
kept any of it.
I'll come into the building and I'll kind of hold the canine head in one hand and the stone in the other and say, well, I guess I could talk to it, but I'll just ask it if it recognizes these things.
Pez nods and points at the stone and says, I think that's one of my sending stones.
Oh.
Because I've there's two sending stones. There's one in my fishing boat, and Chapin over at the post station has got the other one. Where did you find that?
I can't really talk. So Wally, sorry, Greg, I'm just going to hand it to you and let you.
Okay.
let you take it.
Yeah, we found it in the boat right before we got attacked by crabs.
Okay.
Who's got the other one? Jasper does?
No, Chapin.
Chapin.
Yeah, Chapin. It's in chap and pin. Chapin. He's at the well, that's the post station.
The post station. I'll rub it a little bit. Chapin, are you there? Over.
There's no response.
I'll turn it around. Chapin, I'm here with your friend Pez. Just trying to see if you're out there. Breaker 19 over.
Still no response.
Damn. I don't think this works.
Or maybe they're dead
Oh,
without a head, or only a head.
you might need charged, is what you're saying. That's true. Okay.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Okay. We'll go check on your friend for you. Where's the post?
Oh, well, I believe it's if you go to the building that's straight over the other side of where I am now, and in my heart, you'll find it's just over the road.
Okay.
Straight across.
We're gonna go check it out. You guys showed him the locket and the brown stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the
head.
head in the
Yeah,
jar.
he doesn't recognize the head.
All right.
Yeah.
What about this brown potion thing?
Brown potion. Yeah, he's
Nothing.
got no idea.
Okay.
No
Well,
idea.
hey, I'll be
Useless.
back. Maybe we can hang out and chat for a little bit, but we got to go take care of some stuff. But if you want to chat and everything, I might be back later. Depends. But we'll see you
Right.
around.
Do you feel like you have to be friends with him now because you're the only one that can talk to him?
I don't know. I was just trying to be nice.
No, it's a good idea. I think that you're probably stuck here now, forever.
Okay. It's not bad. I mean, it looks like there's some property up, pretty cheap. I'd probably be able to handle it.
Yeah.
I
I mean, without you, he just sits there by himself all day long with nothing to do. Can't even touch stuff.
Yeah. Oh, man, that would suck. He said it was Pez said there was a fiddler crab. That's different than the crabs that we fought. Is that correct?
No, the crabs that you fought weren't the size of a house. They were more the size of a horse.
Okay.
But they did have one extremely large claw and one smaller claw.
That's a fiddler
So
crab.
It's
there's a
fiddler crab.
bigger crab out there. Is that what you're telling us?
I think so. Yes.
Interesting.
We're gonna need a
Um,
bigger
It
boat.
tore all the
If
city apart.
we
Tore
shoot,
everybody
I
apart.
call dibs on hiding in the well. Nope, never mind. Not hiding in the well. I will hide. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Yeah. So we might interrupt this thing somewhere. I think everybody's dead. I'm just gonna put it that way. I don't know if anybody's left.
What do you mean
alive.
interrupted? If it's the side of a house, it wouldn't be able to hide in a house, would it?
No.
Would it?
What
Greg?
about all those trees? Maybe. I don't know. This is.
Let's not go in those trees.
That's not. Yeah. 12 is off limits. Yeah.
12? What do you mean?
I'm looking at the trees. Number 12.
Oh,
Maybe
we
that's
found
from
the
Maybe
fisherman.
they're tree crabs.
Tree crabs.
We found the fisherman. We accomplished
Yeah.
our goal.
We did.
We can
Yeah,
just leave those trees
Yeah,
alone.
right.
that's
But
the
what are we going to
fisherman.
tell them when we get back?
He has a friend over in 6. Should we go check out, or right across the way? Should we go check out the post?
Well, of
Sure,
course, we've got to go check
absolutely.
out number 6.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So
Pick up
who's
sticks.
is Greg leading the way?
Yeah, skeleton Greg is leading the way.
Yeah, get in
I'll
there,
be
Greg.
right near
Tell
him.
us what you see.
I want to be very close to
Well,
Greg.
yeah, I was
Right.
gonna say, I mean, don't like wait on the other side of the street for me or anything. You come with me.
All right. Sure.
I'll follow an appropriate distance behind.
Okay. All right. Whatever that is.
Seep is following Greg and trying to mimic his moves because I still haven't quite figured out how to walk like a human. So I'm just kind of practicing.
Okay.
The
Good.
150 coins in me. I'm just going to roll sidewise as a snake.
Okay. So there's a broken sign hanging from this rotting wooden shed. It has the name Lazy Lobster. It is marked as being a post station. You can see that there is a cart and baskets and poles with jaws for picking up trash sitting in the cart. There's 2 rusty spears and a large clock on the wall. You can literally see all of this through the doorway and the windows because they're all sort of broken out. Doors sort of broken off its hinges. The windows are smashed. And it's not like glass that's smashed. It's the window shutters. Yeah. So that's what you can see from the outside of
I go
the
right over
building.
to the clock.
Okay, so you go straight in. Okay, well done. All right. So going in, looking at the clock. First thing that you notice about the clock is it's large, it's silver, and it's mounted on the wall, but it looks like you could get it off there pretty easily.
Okay. Is it keeping correct time? Is it?
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay. What time did it stop?
It's actually marked as 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Look, guys, 6
Do you think
o'clock.
it's a message?
Could be. Right at 6. That's pretty peculiar.
Guys, this building is Lazy Lobster. We're looking for crab.
Oh shoot! Sorry,
Wrong
I get them
genus.
mixed up all the time. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was time for. Oh, yeah. Well,
Time for seafood.
yeah. Okay. We should probably search though, because the pet said that's where his friend was at over here. We could find the other stone.
The building wouldn't have a number on it if it wasn't worth searching.
That's right.
Do we see any bodies of perhaps Chapin?
Trapping.
Right. So looking around, what you do notice is there's a few dirty pages littering the floor. There's a leather journal that is resting on top of an oak desk in here. And you don't see a body. You don't see like a skeleton or a corpse or anything like that. But that is what you can see currently. Yep.
Somebody might want to check out that leather journal.
Chat wants us to dig
Not
up
know
the
how to
floor.
read.
I can't
right.
read or write.
Okay, so if philosopher is digging through the stuff on the floor, is that what you're pretty much doing, Phil?
Yeah, that's what chat wants. So philosopher's going to start digging.
All right, so underneath the loose papers scattered on the floor, you find a small, smooth stone, identical to the one that you found over at the wharf.
Ooh, good call, chat.
It's almost as if they might have played this game before.
It's vibrating inside my head.
So that stone is a gear slot if you want to grab it.
I don't have any hands. I'm not going to pick it up.
I have the other one, so somebody else take it.
I'll pick it up.
Greg should have the other one.
I'll take
Oh, that's
it.
That
right.
way
Greg
you two
has
can
it.
talk.
Greg has it. Yep.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Over.
Yes, it does work. You can hear him coming through on the other stone.
Yes.
But he is in the same room as you, so it's probably not going to be that useful right now.
Caden, are you looking at the journal? Did you check out the journal?
Yeah, sure. I'll go read the journal.
Okay. The journal has delivery dates and quantities for delivery. There's postal orders for letters, packages, stuff like that. It looks like a journal for whoever was running this post station. The last entry is there's trouble in town. And that's it. And then it's just a scribble.
This is a really boring diary. None of
It
the
is.
juicy stuff are still in here.
Yeah.
Mostly just numbers and stuff. It does end with saying troubles in town. So just as it started seeming like this person was going to develop a personality, they died.
While you're saying that, Greg's taking the clock off the wall. What?
Right. So that clock is probably worth about 10 gold pieces if you sell it to the right person.
All right. Taking the clock.
It will be a gear slot.
My goodness gracious me.
Use that as a shield.
Yeah, it's going to make a fantastic shield. It's
Right.
it's
All right.
large, but not that large.
All right, guys. What are we thinking here? We've got.
I want to go to the woods.
Yeah.
Should we-
Let's
should
go
we
out the
go-
woods, I want tree crabs.
I mean, I don't know if there's anybody worth saving. I mean, there's a big house.
It
crab
seems
out
like
there.
everyone here's dead. We figured out what happened. So if, King or whoever we're working for says like, "Ooh, what happened to the fisherman?" We can be like, giant crab killed him.
Yep.
I have an idea.
Straightforward.
What's that?
Can somebody take the journal and write what we've found, and then leave the journal like open on a table, just in case something happens to us?
Oh,
Other
that is a
people-
fantastic idea. Do you have a
Wow.
pen?
Dear future Greg 2. Greg 1 didn't make it. Go home. Signed Greg with 2 G's at the end.
Find me when you
Or
wake up. Boom.
Is that the only thing you write in there, or are you taking the advice of Caden and writing down all the information you've found out about this place so far?
I kind of figure it's like a card for somebody going away. We each take turns signing it and writing our own little
okay.
like best wishes. So that's what Greg writes, and then he passes it over.
And then you can pass it around the group. Well
I
done.
just kind of splotch my hand on it and leave a handprint of goo.
The others have
nice.
gone mad. Don't listen to anything else you hear. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah. Well, what do we do at this point? Do we leave the journal here then?
course.
Like, we all just wrote in it. Do we leave it or bring it with us as part of
I
the?
I say we leave it here and leave it open, just in case, like that voice from above said it, or just in case somebody else comes here. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yep, I'll toss it back. I'll put it like on the counter or somewhere where it's easily found.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up a couple of sticks and I make a little arrow pointing at the book. So if anybody sees it, they'll know to look at it.
Do we want to put the canine skull in a bag in the jar next to it?
Yeah, I want to
The
put the
next
canine
group
skull
to
right
come in
next
here
to the
is
book.
definitely
the
thinking
blue-
that
yeah.
that book is a trap.
Writing explosive runes on a page.
So since I said it, I'm gonna leave the canine head next to the book.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense.
Cool.
Nobody
right.
will be able to ignore that if something happens.
So take a walk through the woods.
Okay.
Absolutely. Area 12. Tally ho.
Let's go.
How's everybody on healing? Does anybody need anything, or
I think we're good.
everybody
I'm
good?
good.
I think everyone's within a few points. I think Steve, you're probably the most wounded of us. You're at what,
Yeah, I'm
25 out of 32? Do
Correct. Yep.
you want some?
I may as well. Probably.
Do you want to drink this potion?
Kinda.
When you've got that
I'll give
luck
it to him.
token, go for it, man.
If you want it, you can have it.
I'll drink it. You could heal me if I get poisoned.
Yep.
What the
Sure,
hell?
sure, sure.
I'll drink the well, yeah, I'll drink the weird brown liquid. I've kind of got some of that here.
All right, so you drink
like
you drink whatever's in the potion. Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, the potion. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. You can do that. I would like you to pick up the following dice. Two
Okay.
eight-sided dice.
All right.
And I would like you to roll those 2 8-sided dice.
Okay.
And then I
Roll
want
it
you
up
to add
total.
that together, and that's how many hit points you regain.
Hey.
7,
Wow.
which is exactly what I needed.
Noise.
Yeah,
That
I
is-
think it was a potion of healing. Well done.
You know, sometimes they
All
turn
right.
brown if they set a little bit of oxidation to them or something. It happens. You know.
Well, no,
How
the
was the
outside
flavor? Did
outside
the
of the
taste
potion
kind of
bottle was
stale?
brown. It wasn't brown inside. So
Oh.
I-
yeah.
Couldn't have possibly rolled better. That was exactly what I was missing. That was
Mhm.
perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Elegant.
Well, I feel ready for a walk in the woods.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. So walk in the woods
thank
it
All right, let's
is.
go.
Things are going our way.
It is. Like, things started off rough, but you guys are doing all right. So the forest near the village is dark. It's foreboding with strange whispers echoing through the trees. There's a series of wind chimes made from glass bottles hanging from the trees as well that sort of bang together every once in a while. It was making the place feel very, very creepy.
Do we pass a fallen log on the way?
No. I did not steal everything from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Okay.
So
A
but
film
what
reference.
what I will point out is the edge of the forest you can see without a light source. But if you go any deeper, even though it's the middle of the day, it's like the afternoon. It's going to be really hard to see. The canopy of trees is so dense, it's dark in here. You might need a light source if you plan to see where you're going.
I'll light a torch.
I have some
My
torches,
moisture.
but my sword, if we come into any trouble, does take 2 hands. I have a smaller one that I'd rather not use. Does anybody just happen to have an empty hand in a fight?
Yeah, Skeleton Greg is holding a torch.
Well done. Okay.
Perfect. We'll put all of our trust into Skeleton Greg.
Okay.
I've turned on a torch timer. 60 minutes on the block.
Mm-hmm. Not that you were going to be playing for that much longer, but anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, for those of you who wanted a torch timer, there you go. So, making your way through here, it's rough ground. Do you plan to sort of go north, east, west into the forest? Which sort of direction would you like to
We
take?
go towards 12.
Yes,
Yes.
I follow Greg.
You
He
follow.
seems to have a good head on his shoulders.
Did you just say
For now.
torch 12?
Yeah, towards the 12 on the map.
Oh, towards the 12, so north.
North.
Okay. All right.
Northwest
so-
by west.
Right. Okay. All right. So okay, got it. So into the deeper area of the place. That's fine. You could do that. So making your way in there is the smell of smoke, as if something is roasting or cooking. It smells kind of like meat is being cooked,
Ooh.
and you can see a small trickle or trail of smoke sort of rising towards the canopy and sort of stopping. You can't see beyond the canopy itself ahead of you. So that you get the distinct impression there's some sort of fire ahead. You can even make out a little glint of what looks like sort of a yellow or red light coming from the distance in the forest.
How's your sense of smell, Phil? Can you tell what that
I am now a wolf. My sense of smell is excellent. Tell me more.
Okay.
Tell me. What is it? What's it smell like?
DM, what does it smell like?
Crab.
So I can convey messages.
Smells
Like crab?
Smells like crab.
Oh.
I wag my tail a little. I convey my thoughts without to translate for me. Crab, delicious. Bring your butter.
Then yeah, I'll communicate that.
That also kind of implies something's cooking something, so there might be smart stuff on the way. Hold your coins close.
Is it possible somebody's cooking the giant crab because they're bigger than the giant crab?
I mean, I
That-
feel like anything
just a
larger
thought.
than a cow-sized crab probably doesn't cook its food. That would take way too long to, cook food every day to feed a body that large.
Unless it was a titan. That crab is
fair.
titan size. That'd be a good meal.
Skeleton
This
Greg's
would probably be the only
stomach
place I could
growls.
sustain the health for a titan.
All right, let's keep heading towards it.
Okay. All right. So Seep is heading towards it, leading the group, is it?
Yep.
You make your way to what looks like a small sort of campfire. There's smoke coming off it. You can see over the open fire, there is a large crab that's been skewered and is roasting on a spit.
Is
And
it still alive?
no, it looks very dead, but it is cooking. Some of the shell has been broken away, and there are seven older looking children sitting around the campfire eating. They are dressed in furs, and they're wearing creepy looking masks made from what you suspect are the parts of a crab.
Open fire.
Hello, children.
Phil, did you say open fire or
That's right. I don't have any ranged weapons, so it's safe for me to say that.
okay, so when you say open fire, you're just describing this. Oh, there's an open fire. You're not saying let's shoot them.
No, I think we should totally slay these monsters. They're dangerous, but we'll let them bait the hook themselves. So proceed, please.
Okay, all right.
So I have an idea. So they haven't seen us yet, presumably, right?
Well, you don't know, but that's what you
Okay.
see.
I talk to our party and I tell everybody to like get behind a tree or hide or something. And I want to use my telepathy to talk to the kids. Like I
Okay.
want to talk in all their heads at once.
Yeah.
And I want
Nice.
to I want to try to be like a forest spirit. That's like I want to try to scare them. And
Okay.
I'm gonna say something like you've killed one of my creatures, get out of my forest. But I'm gonna sound really big and scary.
Okay. Uh,
And not
big
like
and
an
scary. Get out of my forest. Got it.
Yes.
Understood.
Yeah.
The response you get from them is they sort of move their heads around and look around like, where's the voice coming from? And and you can hear them saying and talking amongst themselves, and you can understand what they're saying. They're actually speaking aloud, and they say, "Did you hear that? I don't understand. Did anybody hear that? That was weird. What did you hear? You hear the same thing. To get out of here."
I'm gonna say, do not doubt my power. Leave the forest.
Okay. All right. So they get up now, and you can see them looking a little bit perplexed, a little bit worried, and they're trying to sort of scan the trees and see where this sound or voice is coming from. But they yeah, every time they talk, they're starting to realize that, oh, we're all hearing the same thing, but we can't see anybody.
I have to pay a little homage to the chat, and I'm gonna, in one big booming voice, I'm gonna say, "Worship me."
Also, because I see Dungeon Master Josh in the chat, who's also right here. Are we? Greg still has the torch lit, and just skeleton Greg is sitting there with it like right in front of his chin, just kind of watching.
Yeah. So so when you say worship me, they like, worship who? Did you hear that as well? And Greg, since you have the torch, one of them suddenly notices the torch that you were holding that's lit. May not be able to tell what the heck is holding it, but can at least see the torchlight. There's some light over there. Maybe it's coming from over there.
Greg steps out.
Okay. All the children sort of just freeze and kind of freak out a little bit. They step back. And one of them says, "What the hell is that?"
Throw the swollen, bloated head at them from the
Sorry?
bushes. Throw the bloated head from the bushes at them between the skeleton and the kids to freak them the fuck out.
Oh, right, because you still got the bloated head, but you put the canine
I put the canine
skull
one
in the jar in the post station. Okay, so you throw the head at them. They sort of scatter a little bit, step away, and look at the head, and they're like, "Oh my God!" And one of them sort of screams. Another one looks at it, walks over, and picks it up, and said, "It's just a head."
That's the leader. You have to kill that one first.
I say that was the last guy who didn't worship me.
Okay. All right. So I think you'll find at this point they're moving around enough that they can tell that you're hiding behind trees. There's some individuals there. There's this skeleton standing out in the front with holding a torch, and they're like, "Who are you? Who are you over there? What are you doing?"
I am Skeleton Greg.
"What do you want, Skeleton Greg?"
Honestly, that crab smells pretty good. I was just hoping I could maybe try a nibble. I'm like down to bones here.
Well, why didn't you just say so rather than throwing a head at us
Oh,
and
that
saying weird things?
was
I wave my hand. Sorry, that was me.
Don't apologize to the kids. Spike them.
Yeah. So they take off their masks and they're like, what are you doing? Are you strange? What's wrong with you?
Would ooze people be like rare in this world, or is that a common
Yeah.
thing?
They would. It's not something that you necessarily come across that often.
we are from the planet
yeah.
Vulcan. Oh, never mind.
What's Vulcan?
Ooze people.
Prepare to die.
There's always a murder hobo in the party somewhere.
Yeah.
So with the telepathy, I forget. Did you say that I probably can't like hear their thoughts, right? Like, can
No,
I
you
tell
know, you
anything?
can't. You can't tell what they're thinking, but you can communicate with them without having to know a language. But you do it inside their head. It's not it's all done internally.
Makes sense. All right, what are we doing, guys?
Well, I'm waiting for an invite. I'm
Sounds
hungry.
like we're eating crab.
So yeah, if you want some crab, you're welcome to sit down and have some crab.
Oh yeah, Greg goes over
Well,
there.
kill this crab.
As long as you're not weird. If you're weird, go away.
Yeah.
I'll stand out to the side a little bit. I won't have crab. I'm weird.
Did you children kill this crab, which I assume is horse size, not house size?
Yeah. We killed the crab.
Interesting.
Does it have?
What weapons?
With spears. We made some spears and we killed the crab. Yeah.
What happened to your parents? You just decided to leave one day and live in the woods, kill crabs?
No. They got killed, and we ran into the woods and hid from there. A huge
Interesting. They were
crab.
killed by a big crab, so you've ran into the woods and begun training by killing the smaller ones, leveling up until the point where you can finally fight the big one and get revenge on your family at last.
I suppose. It really hadn't occurred to us. We were hungry.
Oh, I suppose that would explain it too, yeah. Okay, that checks out.
Yeah. So they invite you to sit down and have some crab if you want, and
Greg does.
one of them takes the bloated head that you've thrown and that he's holding and just drop kicks it into the woods, and they just sit down.
All right.
Scratch that.
Can we ask them?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I was just gonna say, can we ask them? Do you know where the large crab is? The huge crab?
No, because not here, as far as we know. We understand. Otherwise, we'd have to go somewhere else.
So it's pretty safe here.
It's really dangerous. Killed everybody.
Okay.
Well, not everybody.
Well, not us. We got away.
And you're somebody, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
You're being
Can I
weird
poke
again.
one? just subtly poke one.
You should let him do that. That's how he heals.
Okay, all right. So you poke one of them with your finger. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah, just make
Okay.
sure they're all
Yeah.
there.
So they're definitely solid. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They're not spirits. They're not ghosts or anything like that. And the one you poke is like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
He
Just
does that
seeing if
from
you
time to time.
need it healed.
Yeah. The one that drop kicked the head into the woods says, look, I'm Bruce. This is Pincer, Stinky, Inky, Bubba, Frida, and that's Alfred, the one you just poked. Do you want some meat, or are you going to keep being really strange?
Greg's like on his second helping.
Okay. All right, he's helping himself. One of the things you notice, though, as you're pulling crab meat off the crab that's skewered, is
An Eldritch Blast Mark.
No. It tastes really, really good.
Oh, that is really good.
It's quite delicious, and you can restore 1 hit point.
Nice. What kind of seasoning did you guys put on this? I've never had it prepared this way.
It's just yeah. We've been eating this crab for a while.
Well, thanks for sharing.
How long is a while? It seems like that all happened a really long time ago.
Oh, they say, well, the skewer, that's
Sorry,
it's
that's
it
not
makes.
a question that's supposed to be asked.
Oh no, it is. It is. You can ask that question. Don't you worry, Josh. I have something for that one. They say, yeah, the skewer. It's a spear, and we skewered the crab, and every time we eat meat off it, you notice, by the way, Greg, that the meat you pulled away, it sort of regrows on the crab.
That's so cool.
We're pretty sure that the
It's
spear
crab
is
dinner.
magical. It makes the crab meat come back. So we've been eating the same crab for ages.
You should start a restaurant chain.
You kids
Sushi,
got it
right?
figured out.
All you can eat crab,
Nice.
£2.
Yeah, we haven't had to kill a crab for ages.
Wow, it's wow.
So,
That's
Are there
amazing.
any more of you guys out here? Any other survivors?
We haven't found anybody else. No.
Can we
There-
show
there-
them that locket that we found in the well? Sorry, from the ooze.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you showing the locket?
I don't know who has it, but I would imagine. Yeah.
I think Greg has it with 2 G's.
Oh,
Right.
right. Yeah, Greg sets his plate down for a minute. Oh, we're on here. Yep.
That's me.
Yeah. Dude, I hate to say it, but they don't use plates. It's all just eaten with hands.
Well, Greg brought his own then.
Okay. So yes, you can pull out the locket and show them the locket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
sure.
thinking-
Yeah. So they pass it round, and Bruce recognizes the woman in the locket and says, "That was my mum."
Well, you can keep that then.
Thank you. And yeah.
That was
And,
the jelly in the well. It was in the jelly in the well.
Jelly?
There was a jelly in the well.
Oh, okay. That's strange.
Was not there before?
Well,
Yeah, in the well.
Yeah. Well, damn it.
we didn't look in the well. We just got out of the village as fast as we could and tried to hide.
Yeah.
Because that huge crab was really, really dangerous. We couldn't fight that. It killed everybody, like we said. And there's been this huge wolf that's been hunting us, which hasn't been very helpful either. So we're going to try and keep away from that.
When Phil was at the bottom of the
interesting.
well, did it look like it continued anywhere, or was it just the bottom of the well?
Just the bottom of the well. Yeah, didn't continue anywhere. No.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Well, seems
Um,
like maybe we need to go.
We've just been given a quest with an exclamation point. We should go kill the wolf.
Yeah.
I don't think they pay very well.
We have infinite crab to be paid with. We can live here
Just have their
forever with
crab.
them. They can become our tribe.
Ah, that's true. That's true.
We can
Never
become
mind.
forest people.
It's probably what the wolves are after.
Oh yeah.
Do they know where the wolf is, or can they point us in the direction of the wolf?
We
Or
don't know where the
last
wolf
place
is.
they saw it?
We don't know where the wolf is, but it tends to hunt at night.
Hmm.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
It's unfortunate. I tend to sleep at night.
Yeah.
I never sleep. Let's hunt wolf.
We never really checked out number 3. He just said that there were like stables. I don't think we went in there. Is there anything more just above the table? Like, is it worth going back there, or did we see everything that there was to see?
Basically, you guys didn't go in. I only described what you could see from the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I really couldn't tell you
It was a
anything.
stables, though.
It was a
thinking
stables and kennel. Yeah.
maybe- Oh, kennel, and we had that dog head. I don't know if that's relevant.
Yeah, there
No,
was a
that's
whole-
true. We could.
There were a lot of cages in the cages in there.
You guys want to head back over there?
Sure,
could.
maybe there's wolves.
We left.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the dog head back at us, house number 6 on our way.
Okay, sure, you can do that. All right, so so you head off to the stables. The kids wave goodbye to you and say all the best. We wouldn't go back into that village if I were you, but anyway.
I give one of them. I ask for the other sending stone and give them one of the sending stones and tell them we'll keep in touch with them.
All right. Bruce takes it and and shoves it in his pocket.
All right. I tell him
He's the-
keep it by him, and when he's done speaking, that he needs to say over. So like, if he needs anything, just would be like, "Hey, we're doing fine," and then say over when he's done.
Okay, got it. Got understood.
Okay. Great.
Okay, so you guys are heading over to the stables and kennel that you saw before. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so you
Bye,
make your
Bruce,
way.
Stinky, Inky, Bubba. I didn't
Yeah,
get the rest of the names.
Yeah. They wave and just go back to chatting. You can hear as you're walking by what can only amount to what you would expect to hear from children who think that adults are strange and really should just stay away from them. That's weird. That's the impression you get. Okay, getting over to the stables and kennel doesn't take you very long. And fortunately, it's light, so you don't need to use that torch anymore. So you can put it out if you want.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you want to keep it lit. That's up to you. So as I said before, the stables, there are 4 stalls with wooden gates lining the east wall, and there's those 20 iron cages resting against the opposite wall. Do you guys want to go in and have a closer inspection? Or
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Who's going in?
Me.
Me.
Everyone.
Everyone. Okay. So everyone goes in. The floor is covered in old, smelly hay and poo. Yes, that's right.
Poo.
Shit. Lots of shit. And you can also see inside a bunch of different things around the place. Do you want to and check them out? Or do you want to check out the stalls? Or what do you want to do?
Let's check the cages.
I'll
Check the
check
cages.
out the stuff while they take the cages.
All right, so you get to check out the stalls while he's checking out the cages. Is that correct, Phil?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll guard the
So-
entrance.
All right, sure, you can do that. So, checking out the cages, you notice that all of the cages are empty. There's nothing in them. But over by the cages is an ox cart, a leather saddle. There's boxes of nails. There's barrels of horseshoes. And they some of them are scattered on the floor, but there's also 4 platinum horseshoes hanging on a hook on the wall. So those are the things that you find whoever's checking over where the cages are.
4 plat. I mean, I guess I'll tell everybody else that there's some loot over here. I don't really have enough space to carry anything. But there's platinum horseshoes over here, guys. Might be worth something.
Yeah, probably worth quite a lot. So Phil, you are checking the stalls, and you find 3 large, dark, furry wolves resting in the stalls, chewing on bones. And as soon as you sort of open a stall gate to look at them, they start growling.
I'm a wolf, and I grow back.
And that is where we will stop.
Ooh, cliffhanger. Shit.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Well,
Man,
we've been
we
playing for 2 hours.
Yes.
It's been a while.
That is a good starting point.
We started late, and I think this is an appropriate place to say, okay, it's time to stop. Besides, Phil has got a live stream, and the rest of you have lives outside of playing a bit of Shadowdark for 2 hours.
Good times.
Awesome. That was a lot of
You
fun.
give us too much credit.
I'm always down with Shadowrun with you, man. That this is a good game.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, this is fun. I
That-
like the combat.
And I like the variety of
Yeah.
characters that you've created for us to use. It's super cool.
You like the
Yeah.
characters? Sorry, Bill, you said something and I missed that.
Oh, I just said I like the combat in this system. It's cool. I haven't played this one before, and definitely backing up what Phil said. I love the ooze. Obviously, it's so much fun to play.
Yeah. Very resourceful.
You love the ooze that was in the well, or you love the fact that you can play an ooze?
I love being an ooze.
You can thank AJ Pickett. He insisted there be an ooze that you can play.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like
Well
that
done.
you're letting me be obnoxious with it too, which is wonderful. Like, you're like, no, you can't go through the door. Oh, come on, I'm amorphous.
Yeah,
It's a big word.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you should be able to do that. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's super
That
cool.
makes sense to me, man.
Yeah. I'm sure the feature for the ancestry says exactly that you can move through any sort of space.
It does, yes, absolutely. That's why I picked it. I was like, this has to happen. I need to play this character.
Awesome. Well, I will go ahead and get us out of here if that's cool. Just once again want to thank Fred for running us through another amazing Shadowdark adventure. It was a dungeon crawl on the outside, I guess. We dungeon crawled.
Well,
through a
I
village.
would like to point out that it's not a dungeon crawl, because
Point crawl.
unlike what people have been telling you, Shadowdark can be a dungeon crawl, but it doesn't have to be a dungeon crawl. It can be a hex crawl, but it doesn't have to be a hex crawl. I've run adventures with this, and there's been no combat.
Wow.
At all.
It's just
been
system wide.
dialogue.
You can't fail. I mean, it just runs.
Yeah.
It just runs.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that you guys had a reasonable time and it wasn't too boring for you, and there was some sort of value in today. I'm not going to promise that we're going to come back to this adventure because I think it's far more interesting, because the adventure never stops, right? You know, like, I mean, you could say the adventure stops when my character dies, but nobody died today. And it's not like I didn't try. I did. So there was definitely an attempt. And I did not give out any luck tokens. I was not nice this time and said, here. Yeah. Phil had to do all of that. So, you know.
Thank you, Phil.
My pleasure. I am support shaman forever.
Yeah, and all of us were playing classes from the Player's Expansion for Shadowdark RPG. There's a link to that in the description below. It is a pay what you want. So if you'd like to throw a tip out there, you can. If you just want to pick it up for free and give it a try, you can do that as well. And of course, I want to thank our panel of players here. Be sure that you check out all of their YouTube channels. All of the links are in the description below. Some great content creators here. And thanks for joining us, everyone.
Right on.
Thank you guys. Thank you for hosting.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Good
Yeah,
times.
thank you.
Really good.
All right, let's get
Bye,
out of
everybody.
here. We'll see you next time. Take care. And on
Guys.
to the next.